Welcome to Yappy Hour TV. Today I have Nikki with me and her dog Jet. Now Jet is an agility champion. Now can you tell me more about Jet please, Nikki?
Jet is an Australian Shepherd. He's 9 years old. He's been competing and training in agility since he was quite young. We do that from the time that they're pretty much babies. He's competed quite a lot in agility and been very successful, and he loves it, and he loves doing stuff with me. So that's really our aim in agility.
Oh, fantastic. Now what does Jet require to prepare for these agility tournaments?
So we do lots of training early on in their lives, and then when they're a bit older, most of their training is sort of instilled in them, and we practice little bits and pieces such as contacts, jumps, different training techniques. But then physically we make sure that they're well exercised and obviously fed well, make sure that they're not too fat for training. And we also make sure that their muscles are toned and also performing well. So we see people, muscle therapists and chiropractors and things like that, to make sure that their body is also in alignment and making sure that they're physically fit to do all the obstacles that they do. Because the contact obstacles can be quite compounding and require quite a bit of twisting. So we want to make sure that they're not sore or out in any particular area.
Okay, fantastic. Now also I have to ask the question, how did he become a part of your family?
He was actually born in my family. I owned his mother, Splash, and so when I decided to breed, I bought her specifically to show and breed, and I decided to have a litter 9 years ago, and he was the firstborn out of that litter, and I decided to keep him.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
and he's very handsome.
He is handsome. He's a gorgeous
boy.
dog. He's so fluffy. He is gorgeous. He's a beautiful dog. Now, I believe that he's undergoing chiropractic treatment. How have you been finding that?
Really good. He had a couple of years ago, he came off one of the obstacles where he twisted his back and he was quite sore. Jet, good boy, sit. Sit, good boy, drop. Yes, good boy. So he was actually really sore in his back region, and as you can see if I touch him here, he's sort of twitching just a little bit. Okay. So that tells me that he's a little bit sore in his back. So being aware of your dog's normal activities, physical condition is important too from a sporting point of view. So I know, just because I know my dog, that he's feeling a little bit sore in his back, and he's twitching, that you can see sort of there.
I can feel it,
tells that to me as well. So if they avoid an obstacle, that also tells me that they're not quite feeling right. So they have to go up contacts that are quite steep and weave in between weaving poles. So if they're not quite right, they will sort of go, oh no, I don't want to do that because that'll hurt. So we started seeing Shane after he had injured himself, and he wasn't badly injured. I'd rested him for a period of time, but I just knew he wasn't competing at his normal physical speed that he normally would be. So I came to see Shane, we did a bit of work, and then we were seeing him probably every 3 weeks, and then we started coming back more from maintenance point of view. So every 5 to 6 weeks we come back, and just to make sure that everything's fine.
Fantastic. Now, you've obviously are finding the treatments to be beneficial, and have you seen an improvement in his health?
I've seen improvement in his movement and his speed. So that is, from agility point of view, that's what we want. We want them to be running fast and happy. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, so now, he's definitely been doing that.
Would you recommend chiropractics to other dog owners? You would?
Definitely. Not just for your performance dog, but for you know, dogs that are running around in the backyard playing with a tennis ball, or just having fun with each other. Australian Shepherds can actually be quite rough when they're playing with each other. They hip and shoulder each other. They kind of run along and go whack. So just normal playing in the background for your normal dog. They might actually need a bit of a checkup because they might be quite sore in their shoulders if they play hard, or when they're chasing a tennis ball or something like that. That's also quite a lot of jarring on their muscles and shoulders. So they might also need to be looked at from time to time to make sure that they're also feeling good.